What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 3. We got a lot to talk about today, actually, with this particular game. Today is Friday, so we're going to be talking about Death Stranding, as I mentioned earlier this week. Um, let's get right into it. Death Stranding. I'm going to give you guys a brief summary of what it's about. So, this is off of Wikipedia, by the way. I figured it's like the best little thing I can find. Hold on. The game is set in the United States following a natural disaster event, which caused destructive creatures to begin roaming the Earth. Players control Sam Porter Bridges, Norman Reedus, a carrier tasked with delivering supplies to isolated colonies and reconnecting them via a wireless communication network. Um, this game was designed and created by Hideo Kojima. I know I butchered that name, but he's the one who created the Metal Gear Solid series, and that series is what put him on the map. I personally played a couple of the Metal Gear Solid. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them, something like that. This game was exclusively for PlayStation, but I think just a couple months ago it came out for PC as well. And I know it looks amazing on PC. That's the thing I wanted to get into about the game first and foremost was the environment, the world that they created. It's like it's supposed to be the United States, but to me it looks like it could be New Zealand or Iceland, one of those countries because it's so green. It's always cloudy and everything. It's a beautiful game. The graphics and the attention to detail in this game is freaking amazing. I don't know. And the thing that hooked me was, and I'm pretty sure that hooked a lot of players for this game, was that you got to play as Norman Reedus, which he's from the popular show Walking Dead. Me personally, I probably watched the first 4 seasons of The Walking Dead. Then I lost interest in it, and I don't know. I felt like they didn't know where to go as far as like the story, so I stopped watching it after season 4. Um, this game is very heavy story driven. And I mean, there's a lot of side missions and stuff involved because it is an open world game. And though, like, these are my favorite type of games, the open world game, but yet have an amazing story to it. And it's like you're in the United States, like I said, but like you're trying to figure out what the heck is going on because throughout like half of the game, you don't even get a grasp of what's going on yet, and you slowly figure out throughout the story, you slowly figure out like how the United States got to this place because there's like, I mean, there's you can't even tell that it's the U.S. Like you don't know which part you're in, and that's how messed up everything is in this game. Um, yeah. So the open world concept, I love it. Like games like Grand Theft Auto, amazing story. Grand Theft Auto 5, amazing story. I love that one. Red Dead Redemption 2, they're both Rockstar games. Shout out to Rockstar, they're amazing. Um, I just love those open world games, and I love looking at the environment. Like a lot of detail that they put into it fascinates me. And I could with this game, I read online and I noticed that this game got a lot of negative reviews from like fans and players, and really pretty good reviews from critics and everything. But I understand why a lot of people thought the game was like boring because at first is like you're just walking around literally with a bunch of stuff on your back, and you're like just getting into it. I can understand like it is a little slow because you're just walking around and balancing whatever you're carrying on your back, and it's like it's kind of tough and it kind of takes a while to get where you need to go. But for me, I loved it because I love the whole open world thing again. And I love looking at, the way they design the land and everything. And it's just, and the thing that made me want to keep playing was what the heck happened? Well, why is everything gone to shit? You know? And that's what I wanted to do. And then you kind of want to keep playing too to see Norman Reedus' performance in the game, and man, everything, like a lot, so much detail went into it, and you could tell this game just took years and years to make, because of all the things you got to do in this game. And like I would say like a quarter of the game, you finally get to these creatures that come from another dimensions. They introduce you to these creatures. They're called BTs. They're called like beach things or whatever, but they call them BTs for short. And they're freaking terrifying. And there's ways around them. Like you could go around them in the game, but there's areas where you have to go through, in order to progress in the story. And they scare the crap out of me because you don't know where they are. All you have is this little detector. You're carrying this baby, first of all, that can sense this creature from the other dimension. And then this creature, the baby is hooked up to this thing that tells you where the creatures are at from the other dimension. So the baby knows, and this whole time the baby's able, you're kind of connected. It's kind of like the Matrix, but instead of like going into a computer, you're going in. Oh, let me reword this. You're going. You and the baby are sharing a mind, kind of like a one soul kind of thing. So you're doing that, and it's terrifying because, yeah, you know where they're at based on this little thing that identifies the creature, but you still can't see it. It's freaking terrifying. And every now and then, like they'll make themselves visible to where you can like throw a bomb at them or shoot them down, anything like that. But it's crazy because if you get too close to it, they sense you, they grab you, and like a bunch of them grab you and like try to suck you into their dimension or something like that. I think that's what happens when they capture you. It's terrifying. It's crazy because they appear when the rain comes. So every time it's raining or when it's snowing, that's when these BTs come out, and like the thing right away pops up and lets you know like, hey, there's some creatures around here. So like every time it would rain, what I would do, I would try to find my way around wherever I gotta go. I don't know. To me, the game is it's a very dark game too. It's very dark. It's the whole theme of it is very dark because like Grand Theft Auto, it has like a lot of funny parts to it and everything, but this game is like very serious. So you're going around carrying these packages for people. They're like 3D printers, so that way they can get more supplies and everything that they need, and you're transporting food and stuff, and you're doing a lot of this on foot. You can drive certain vehicles like a electric motorcycle, electric trucks and everything, but so you're transporting these things to people, and there's other people out there too that are trying to steal your supplies from you. So you got to avoid them. You got to avoid the BTs, and then you got to continue figuring out what the hell is going on in the United States. Like why you're trying to connect everybody to this Cairo network, right? So that way everybody can talk. You're just rebuilding the United States. And there's this main antagonist too that's coming after you that shows up every now and then and tries to take you down, trying to ruin your hope to rebuild America. So it's crazy. It's a beautiful, to me it's a beautiful game. The environment's beautiful. The acting in this game, holy crap, the performances, it's amazing. And Guillermo del Toro? I think that's in it. The director from Hellboy and all that. I think he's the one that plays in it. He has like a huge role in this game. It's actually pretty cool. I never thought I would see him acting in a video game ever. But yeah, he comes out in it and he's actually really good. And he plays a huge character in there. Pretty crazy. Yeah, so I give this game like a freaking, I give it a 10 out of 10 because I loved it. And I was playing it for months, and I would get so hung up like on these on the side missions and everything, and it's pretty cool. Conan O'Brien comes out. He has like a little part in there. He If you don't know who Conan O'Brien is, he has like a very popular late night show. He's hilarious. He's hilarious. And yeah, the gameplay in here, it's different, but you get the grasp of it pretty quickly. Yeah, my brother couldn't get into this game. He was saying, it's too boring for me, and it bothers me because I'm like, just give it a chance, give it a chance, and you get more in depth with it, Like me, like if it has a good story, like I'm in it, I'm totally involved in it 100%. Yeah, but I love this game. Everything that it's so cool, like all the effects in there, the noises, the music. Oh my god, the soundtrack is amazing in it too. It just goes with the game. Yeah, but I don't know. The stories, it's difficult to understand at first, but you start to catch on. It's sort of like Shakespeare, where you the first time you read Shakespeare, you don't know what the heck is going on. You don't understand it. But if you read Shakespeare more and more, you start to get the tone of it. You start to understand it more. What's going on, and that's how I felt this game was like. But yeah, I give it a strong 10 out of 10. Love the game. Don't give in to the bad reviews. Give it a chance. I'm pretty sure you guys will like it as well. You play as Norman Reedus, badass dude. So give it a chance. Okay, so Friday, I think New Mutants come out. So make sure you guys tune into that. I'll probably give a review on it on Monday since we talk about movies. And I just want to let you guys know later on in this podcast, like as we're going about it, progressing and everything, I'm gonna buy better equipment, better cameras, get better lighting, everything. Just find out like a designated area that I can do this all in. So you guys bear with me. I know it's kind of rough at first, but we just gotta ride those speed bumps. Next week on Monday, we're gonna talk about Leonardo DiCaprio and like my favorite movies from him. So tune into that. He's one of my all-time, favorite actors ever. So tune in on Monday. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about like my favorite movies from him, and yeah, and then I'll figure out what TV show we're gonna talk about on Wednesday and what video games we're gonna talk about on Friday. So you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday. If you're drinking, don't drink too much. If you're doing drugs, stop it. All right. You guys have a good one.